we are going to discuss about what is change, what are the stages of change, and I'm going to share tips with you on how to best prepare for change. Because that's something, unfortunately, that we don't learn at school, what to do when change is coming. So what is change? Change is any transition in our life. Also, when we want to implement a new habit in our life, or when we are experiencing a kind of loss in our life, that's also change, because our life is not the same as it was before. So change can be a developmental stage. It can be transitional. It can be transformational. We're completely different than when we were before. It can be unpredictable because we didn't see it coming, or it's something that we have planned. So it can be different kinds of changes. However, the bad news is that, our brain doesn't like change. Our brain wants familiarity, stability, the same things over and over again, put things into boxes, having rituals, protocols. That's what our brain likes. But this is not the case. Unfortunately, things happen unexpectedly, or things change. Or at least our brain wants time until it says yes to the change and adjusts to that brain. So I'm going to give you some examples. For example, you want to start working out. That's a change. That's a new habit. But your brain, as we said before, is resisting. Well, it's a cold weather now. You're going to get sick. Maybe you'd better not go out for, exercising. And you don't have the sports equipment. That's also important. And that's too tiring. And you're not meant for that. You're meant for, Netflix, pizza, and popcorn.
So true.
So don't even try that. That's not for you. You move to a new country, change as well. But then your brain is like, yeah, I don't like the language. It's difficult to learn. And why do these people kiss 3 times? This is so weird. I don't like it. So that's the brain resisting to the change. Or you want to start therapy. Well, I'm fine. I don't need therapy. It's okay. Maybe sometimes I feel like my life is crushing, but it's okay. I'm going to be fine. You want to start a new relationship, or you want to end another one. That's also change. Still, your brain says, well, do you really want to start a new relationship? Do you want to go into this dating world? This is so exhausting. Or ending in your relationship. I'm afraid you're going to die alone if you end this relationship. No, you better not do it. See, the brain's still resisting. You want to start volunteering. Yes, your brain will be also there resisting, saying, well, are you going to work without getting paid? Is this really what you want to do? What's the pleasure in that? Still, the brain doing the same thing. You want to start your own business. This is too risky. You're going to go bankrupt. Who has time for administration? No. You better stay in your safety now, working for somebody else. So these are examples of us trying to try something new, but our brain resisting and bringing us back to old patterns. So resisting is normal. Let's keep that in mind. Or our brain is not ready to adjust immediately to change. That's normal. It's okay. Our brain likes to know what's happening, likes certainty, and likes habits, repetition, rituals. And when there's a situation that our brain doesn't know, it resists. Neuroscience teaches us that uncertainty is registered in our brain as an error. Error. No, we need to do something. We cannot go in there. We have to fix it first before we try it. So it's perceived as danger. That's why it takes us time to change. Also, any change is a kind of loss. Who would like to voluntarily go into a situation of loss? Nobody. Until we feel that behind this loss is also some win. So sometimes resisting is normal, but the fact that makes change more easy, it's being prepared. So we need to have a proper preparation. How can we better prepare for change? That's a juicy part. So, the stages of change. We need to know what to expect. In the first stage, as we call it, it's according to a psychology theory, the first stage is called pre-contemplation. That's the stage when you haven't convinced yourself yet. So you want to start exercising, but then your brain believes that the advantages of not starting working out are more than the advantages of working out. Who needs that? We're better off without it. I'm fine. I don't need to wait to lose any weight. I'm fine. However, The second stage is when this situation is reversed. You feel that your life will be better if you do change. So now the advantages of change are more than the advantages of non-changing, and you're ready to start. However, the third stage, which is the most important, is the preparation. You are not going to go through with these change if you're not preparing yourself, if you don't have a plan about how to prepare best. So what do we mean with prepare? First of all, find your why. Let me give you an example. A couple of months ago, I wanted to start waking up at 6 o'clock, 6 a.m. And I said, okay, I'm going to do it. I'm telling you, it didn't work because I didn't know why I was doing it. I was just waking up at 6 a.m., but then I didn't have a strong motivation, a strong why I'm doing it, why this is going to make my life better. I didn't have that. I haven't thought that beforehand. So, as you can understand, that plan didn't work. So after a couple of days, I went back into my normal waking up hours. So we need to find our why. We need to find what motivates us. We also need to prepare our environment. I'm going to use again the example of waking up in the morning. Of starting working out. If you want to start working out and you're like, okay, I'm going to get up, get out of bed, and then I will go for a run. But then you figure out that your sports equipment, your sports clothes are in the laundry basket. Your sports shoes are somewhere in the house, but you cannot find them and they're very dirty. And you cannot find the case that you're holding your phone. Well, it's not going to happen. That's it. Our brain will immediately quit. So we need to prepare our environment. Everything next to your bed. The moment you open your eyes, you have everything to put it on so that our brain doesn't find the time to quit, doesn't find the time to convince us that we cannot do it. So prepare your environment. Whatever it is that you want to change, see how you can find motivation externally from the environment first. Prepare your people. Let them know what is the change that you want to implement. Why? Because you don't need these negative people trying to convince you that it was better before, as it was before. You want supporters, passionate supporters. You want people to understand why you're doing it, and that's why they're going to be also optimistic and supporting you. You also want to prepare your mindset, which means that you need to be, for sure, optimistic, but also realistic. It's going to be hard. I'm telling you, of course, it's a new change. You don't have the whereabouts and the plan about it, so it's going to be difficult. It's going to be challenging. That's part of the plan, for sure. And also prepare yourself in regards to mindset that there's no room for perfection here, for perfectionism. It's going to be for sure something that you will try, you will do a lot of trial and error until you master it, until you make it perfect or according to your standards. So prepare your goals and prepare also for failure. Some failure is going to happen. Some things are going to be disappointed. Sometimes you're going to feel nostalgia. Oh, I wish I could have something that I had before. Definitely. That's part of the plan as well. Then, action. All these things that you have prepared, what time you're going to start, how many times you're going to do it, how often, why is it important for you? Now we take it into action. And of course, maintenance. Whatever it is that we have prepared, we want to keep it. Not doing like this plan only for a week or two or for a day or two, but maintain it. And for that to happen, we need to keep track. It's very helpful if you keep track of the new habit. You want to try meditation, you want to try working out. Keep track how often you're doing it. That's also something very rewarding and going to help you so that you keep doing it. Evaluate. That's also very important. See what are the things that you initially thought that they're going to work, but they're not working. It's okay. That's part of the plan. See that, for example, like I said before, like working out, and somebody said that it's better for me if I start working out in the morning. Well, maybe it doesn't work for you in the morning and you're not having the energy that you expected. It's okay. You evaluate and you try a couple of different time slots during the day. Evaluation, it's part of the change. Adjusting, of course. Forgive yourself when, for example, one day you promise yourself that you're going to do it, but then you're not doing it. There are many people that they started change, but then one day they don't follow the plan and they completely dismiss the whole idea of change. See, I'm not that person. I'm not going to make it. It's not
My
for
husband
me.
is like that.
Yes.
He puts
Many
these
people.
expectations so high. They're like,
Exactly.
oh, okay, it's low. So please forgive yourself and keep going with the change and with the plan.
Exactly. That's very normal, and we have to forgive ourselves. And also something important: if you have done this, if you have planned and facilitated this change for 2 weeks, for example, and you have done a really good progress, and then something happens and you don't follow through with your plan for a day or two, remember the progress that you have done so far. Nobody can take that away from you. It's there. Your progress is still valid, and you have changed. So that's something for you to remember. Forgive yourself, but also reward yourself. Don't wait until the big chance is already there, like the magnificent results, but also reward yourself when you have done your first small steps. That's very important. Our brain works a lot with motivation, and you're going to be thinking like, what? I'm a baby, I need stickers? Yeah. Our brain is baby, needs, it's a baby brain and needs stickers, motivation. Treat yourself, like, I don't know, something that you want to buy, or a cake, or go out with your friends and celebrate with them and have a beer. Reward is so important for you to continue. Motivate yourself. Well, when I say motivate yourself, I mean find positive elements on the change. You have changed country, for example, and among all these grumpy, negative mood that you are and you don't like anything here, try also to see what is it that you like. For example, you meet new people. Also, when you volunteer, you meet people that they have the same values with you and the same interests with you. Keep also track of what is positive and what is the positive change in your life. Or also when you go into a new relationship, or if you finally have the chance to start from a new page and to use your new relationship skills. Also, read books, articles, watch videos from people that they have tried something similar with you, and indeed they found it difficult in the beginning, but also they succeeded. And it was a fantastic change, and it changed their life. So read articles and experience from other people, because that's going to be very useful for you. Whatever you are experiencing, other people have gone through the same, for sure. I can guarantee that. Also, find your mantra. What is it that is your why? Remember why you're doing it. Remind yourself, I'm doing it because this serves a bigger purpose. Maybe it's challenging in the beginning, but it's going to change my life. It's meaningful. It's going to make my life more purposeful. Or it's going to make me happy in the long run. So remind yourself the why you're doing it, why you're putting yourself into these chains. And of course, termination. What do we mean with termination? We mean that you don't need to implement any change anymore, because it has already been registered in your brain. That's a new software, and it's automatic. You don't need to think about it anymore. It happens automatically. It helps a lot. If you journal, if you keep daily activities, healthy habits, and positive affirmations, and of course, if you're a perfectionist, here are 10 things that you can say to yourself. It doesn't have to be perfect. Today I'm going to focus only on what is possible. I'm thankful for what I have. Done is better than perfect. So all these things are important for us, especially if we are perfectionists. So change is not an option. It's going to happen either way. Our storyline is full of changes, and we only have to make sense of how to make this transition more pleasant, more interesting, and more smooth. That's the only thing that we have to do. And remember the power of tiny change. 1% better every day is going to make a huge difference at the end of the year. Tiny changes, only 1% different than yesterday. So I invite you to commit, get a practice buddy, somebody who's also going through change, use strategies, one muscle at a time. Don't overwhelm yourself with things that you need to change, a new habit. Commit for at least 6 weeks. You're not going to see results immediately, but make it a top priority, because for you it's important, because for you it makes sense and you want eventually to change your life. So Now I'm going to say a few things about me. I'm a psychologist, and I'm going to also introduce myself later in the pitch. And that's why I'm telling you all these things from the psychological perspective, so that I can give you the tips so that you can boost your brain and overcome the negativity of our system, of our brain. And I also offer services, individual counseling and support groups. But what I would like to give you today is my free gifts. One is a free guide, how much of a perfectionist you are, so that you can see whether your perfectionist gets in the way of you fulfilling a change.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, for everybody. It's a free guide, and you can find it at my website.
Mm-hmm.
And second free gift is a free masterclass on how to stop procrastinating, because this is also this is also very common. What happens with us when we are about to do something challenging or difficult or a change that we're not prepared? We are procrastinating. So on the 27th of October, you get a free ticket to be in this program, in this masterclass, and I will give you more tips about how to stop procrastinating. So everything is on my website, AntiLoneliness.com. Thank you immensely for being here, and you can also contact me via my social media. Thank you so much for this opportunity.